really want to plant churches in our presbytery that are effective. And every pastor who's called needs to have gifts of a certain sort. But we believe that church planting pastors require a unique set of skills, just like someone who goes to teach at a seminary also has a unique set of skills, even though he's ordained as a pastor. The same holds true for church planters. We're doing this seminar because we're really eager to move forward with church planting, and one of the key things is to find church planters. So we're trying to encourage men to think about church planting if they haven't thought about it. We're also looking for guys who have thought about church planting but don't really know where to go next. And so hopefully this will be a time where they're able to get some feedback about their sense of call and their gifts. And our desire is that we can find some men to plug into some potential church plants that we have in view.
I hope that he will learn something about himself, about how we understand church planting is done in the OPC. I hope he becomes encouraged by interactions with some seasoned ministers, and also the interaction between them and their wives as they think about future ministry and whether or not they want to pursue something in home missions. This is a great opportunity to find out whether or not God is calling you to this. So if it's only feedback, that's fantastic. But there's also a lot of good relationship building at an occasion like this. So you get to meet other people who are interested in similar sorts of things, and perhaps you even learn some very important things as you go through the exercises.
It's the situation, it's the place where we see the church grow the most with converts, with new believers. It's where we have a fresh structure. It's where we have people that are coming into churches for the first time. The numbers bear this out.
I'm convinced that church planting is how the church grows. So throughout the history of the church, the kingdom expands, the church grows as people go and plant churches. That's what you see in the New Testament. It's what you see throughout church history. And it's what if we're eager to see the church grow, we have to plant churches. So there's no real other way to do it.
Because I love our presbytery. Our presbytery is fantastic. We have a great collection of churches. We have diversity in our presbytery, but there's a very strong desire that we would plant churches. And that's already been true for a number of years. Many of the churches that exist now in our presbytery were church plants. And so they have that built into their DNA. The church I pastor now is not a church plant, but that's how it started. And we want to continue that momentum. In fact, our goal is that it just wouldn't be a church plant that comes out of this seminar, but we would start a pattern of planting churches year after year after year.
I'm committed to church plant in our presbytery. I think West Michigan, I'll speak of one part of our presbytery first, has a unique opportunity, as there are a lot of people who are Christians but floundering. They feel like their church maybe has shifted, moved away from the foundations. And so I'm eager to plant churches to sort of stabilize and take advantage of some fertile soil that we do have, I think, in West Michigan. But there are so many places, including West Michigan, but throughout the state and, of course, Canada as well, where people just don't know the gospel. And how are they going to know, as Paul says in Romans 10, right? Unless we send preachers. And so we need church plants because people don't know Jesus.
Well, I think that presbyteries are best suited to evaluate men and to match them with locations within their regions. And so I serve the Committee on Home Missions, the GA Committee. I live in Philadelphia. I don't live in Michigan. And so this is great that it's happening on the local and regional level. And it would be great for other presbyteries to take this up also, because they know their people, they know their culture, and they're best suited to make matches and to pursue this cause of discipling their states for the sake of Christ.
We want to plant churches regularly, and so I think this could be one part of starting to build some momentum that is necessary. I think the Lord blesses that sort of vision if we just start praying and planning for church planting and doing what we can do and asking the Lord for His blessing on it. I think the Lord responds to that sort of intention and vision and desire. So I'm hoping this is just the beginning of something that's bigger than we would have ever imagined.
There are ongoing needs and efforts at planting churches in the Presbytery here, but also around the country. And there are men that are needed to be proven and then to be sent out to various mission works around this presbytery, but also around the country.
We want to plant, as I said, not just a church this year. We want to plant a church next year and the year after that and the year after that. Literally half the people in Michigan do not attend worship regularly. And so for those who know nothing about Jesus Christ, they need to hear that gospel message. And as one of my brothers said to me, wouldn't it be wonderful if God would choose to use the OPC to do that work? I think it would be. God has given us great theology, a great history, a great commitment to the church, and it seems as though this is the time more than any, at least in my lifetime, where the need for really solid biblical and outreaching churches that love their community, that love Jesus Christ, that love their neighbor, this is the time when those churches are really necessary.